World premiere. World premiere. I'm King Chinar, world's greatest tap in my yard. Scuffing these shoes on the tile, chasing that click and a smile. Champagne dreams on a single screen. Jump from one tiny panel to another unseen. Hear me tap, 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 tap. I keep on dancing while they scroll past me. Tap, 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 tap to the beat. If nobody wants me, I still own these feet. Tap, 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 tap. King of the floor, where the echoes speak. Tap, 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 tap to the brink. If they don't crown me, I'll still be king. Numbers stuck in a frozen frame. Comments quiet, but I dance the same. Perfect time on a borrowed stage. Every heel, every toe writes my name on the page. Hear me tap, 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 tap. I keep on dancing while they scroll past me. Tap, 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 tap to the beat. If nobody wants me, I still own these feet. Tap, 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 tap. King of the floor, where the echoes speak. Tap, 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 tap to the brink. If they don't crown me, I'll still be king. Maybe one day they'll look up. Hey! Catch that spark in the dust I kick. But till then it's me and this click. Me and this click. Me and this click. Hear me tap, 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 tap. I keep on dancing while they scroll past me. Tap, 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 tap to the beat. If nobody wants me, I still own these feet. Tap, 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 tap. King on the floor, where the echoes speak. Tap, 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 tap to the brink. If they don't crown me, I'll still be king. Tap, tap. We all live. Let's talk about it with your host Jules and Latino. Let's talk about it. Pull up a chair and show people. Let's talk about it. Real life, real laughs on a reload. Let's talk about it with your host Jules and Latino. Jules got the gems, big facts. Latino bring the spice. No cap, 2 mics, 1 vibe. Tap in, turn it up, tell a friend. Let's begin. Let's talk about it with your host Jules and Latino. Let's talk about it. Pull up a chair and show people. Let's talk about it. Real life, real laughs on a reload. Let's talk about it with your host Jules and Latino.
Whatever the fuck you want to say don't mean I gotta listen to it and not stop talking because you want to talk.
Yeah. We are. Let's talk about it with your host Jules and Latino. Talk about it. Pull up a chair, this your people. Talk about it. Real life, real laughs on the reload. Talk about it. With your host Jules and Latino. Jules got the gems, big facts. Latino bring the spice. No cap, 2 mics, 1 vibe. Tap in, turn it up, tell a friend. Let's begin. Let's talk about it with your host Jules and Latino. Talk about it. Pull up a chair, this your people. Talk about it. Real life, real laughs on the reload. Talk about it. With your host Jules and Latino. Choose a Latino. Choose a Latino.
Come on, Latino, you gotta stop supporting this shit, OG.
Welcome to Let's Talk About It with your host, Latino. Today's topics, we'll be getting into rogue AI. We're going to be talking about bad mother that leaves her child behind, 12 years old, to go off with the stepdad. And we'll also be talking about, of course, Madison, what took place in Madison. And we'll also be talking about Hendrix. She got a year probation, for using the N-word. We'll be getting into these topics, and we'll talk about this, and I'll drop the link for anybody that would love to come up. It'll be pinned. I'll probably pin it in a minute, but right as of now, I am going to be pulling up these clips. So shout out to whoever's watching, and shout out to everyone, I guess. Give me 1 second. Kind of got a brain fart here. Lord have mercy. All right. So here we go.
A Coppers Cove couple have now been arrested for abandoning a child. Police say the mother moved out of the home while her 12-year-old child was at school. The child's mother, Erica Sanders, and her boyfriend, Kevin Adams, are charged with abandoning a child. According to an arrest affidavit, the boy returned home from school last Friday to find the apartment completely empty. When
Shit.
officers contacted the couple, they did not provide an address and said the boy was not allowed to live with them. Under CPS orders, police tracked down an address and the boyfriend picked up the child. Both are now being held in the Coryell County Jail.
Jesus Christ. Like, you know what that is? Like, for you to be 12 years old, come from middle school, come home, probably hungry and shit, and you go home, the door's unlocked, there's nothing there, there's no couch, there's no TV, nothing. Jesus Christ, man. He's 12 years old. You can't like, man, this is nuts, dude. Like, I've heard of things where, if the kid is 16, he could, sign his legal rights if his mom, signs the waiver. But damn, to leave a kid at 12 years old, it's kind of fucked up. Not kind of fucked up, it is fucked up. Well, these are the people that left the kid abandoned here. You see their faces right here. Yep, that's the mom. That's the stepdaddy. Right there. And we got a couple of words here from a lady that knows about, somewhat has an opinion of on the story.
Hey, Sanders. Hear about? Oh Lord, I'm so fucking pissed. Did y'all hear about the 12-year-old boy in Texas that had came home from school to an empty apartment? His mom, Erica Renee Sanders, Sanders, and her boyfriend, Kevin Dwayne Adams, Kevin, Keven. These motherfuckers done moved out the apartment and ain't said nothing to her 12-year-old son, y'all. This is so fucked up on so many levels. Like, he got home, the apartment was empty. So the little boy went next door to the neighbors. He brought the neighbors back over to his place so they could see that the apartment was empty. So the police came and they talking to the little boy, and the little boy said, yeah, my mom and her boyfriend did mention that they would be moving. He just thought that he was going with them. So they get in touch with the mom and her boyfriend. They was like, oh yeah, his uncle coming to get him. That's what the mom said. But she wouldn't give the police the uncle number. Some kind of way they got the uncle number. They got a hold of the uncle. The uncle said this was his first time even hearing about this. He had no clue what his sister, Erica, was talking about. Then they talked to the boyfriend, Kevin Adams. On the phone, this motherfucker He's literally telling the police, y'all, a long list of complaints that he have about a 12-year-old little boy. He's
Jesus
literally giving them a reason of, yeah, this why we left.
Damn. A grown ass man complaining about a child. And I mean, I really don't know what's really going on with that kid. Needless to say, but Jesus, man, you a grown ass man and you complaining like a bitch about a child. A grown man that could be teaching this kid some type of guidance. But you just useless. You just did to sling, you know what I mean? And that's it, bro. Like, oh man.
We can't be doing this, taking care and yeah, this is what he's saying on the phone to the police. The neighbor even told the police when they talked to her, yeah, they have put him out before.
So it sounds like the kid might, have some behavioral issues. But damn, man, is it warranted to like kick the little kid out? At least like, call the dad or somebody that's willing to take the kid or something, man, if you don't want him. You can't handle him or anything, but like, most of the time I see this type of shit where the mom, she usually has to suck it up, right? But then along, comes a guy and she's like, shit, man, like fuck them benefits and all that shit that I get off this kid. This guy's giving me way more, right? Or she could be whip, off the D, you know what I'm saying? Because that happens a lot too. But damn, man, this is your son, your blood, bro. Like you couldn't figure something out, lady. Like I'd rather kick that dude out instead of kicking the little kid out, regardless of his behavior. That's my kid. But I don't know. I don't think my kids would behave that way because what? I wouldn't tolerate that shit. I'll tell you that.
She didn't understand it because the boy quiet, well-mannered and everything or whatever. So she didn't even understand it. Anyway, DCS talked to the mom. The mom wouldn't give them an address, but they caught up with their asses.
Yeah,
they caught up with them. They got arrested Friday. They still was in jail as of this morning.
Damn right.
But it's just sad or whatever because for me, I just can't even relate to shit.
Yeah, I couldn't relate to that either, man. This is what I'm saying. It's a whole, like, when it comes to families and shit, like everybody has a whole different situation going at home, bro. So I can't like relate myself to everybody's position. You know what I'm saying? So I don't know. I didn't have a lot growing up, but I am fortunate. You know what I'm saying? Like I thank God my parents, taught me certain things and I appreciate that shit, man. But damn, it sounds like this little kid needs some guidance and his mom ain't giving it to him. And then her mom, the kid's mom decides to get with some guy there and he's not giving him any guidance either. And it's like, shit. So I think that their ultimatum was, fuck, we're going to just leave this little kid here on his own. But damn, man, he's 12. Now you locked up. Now you're going to need lawyers. The kid is going to be in DSS. You're going to have to go through a whole bunch of loops now to try to get that kid back. Like, it's going to be crazy, man. All for what? For listening to that, the boyfriend? Like, come on, man. Like, you crazy, bro. That's your blood. You don't abandon your child like that for some dude that you just met. It's just wild, bro. If the dude ain't willing to sacrifice himself, right, for that child as well, because now he's becoming part of you now. He has to take, believe it or not, he's gonna have to take, kind of, some sort of the responsibility now for that child, believe it or not. A lot of dudes be like, nah, bro, then don't get with no woman. that's a single mama. It's just that simple. You avoid this type of shit. But when you do get involved with a woman that has a child, you just gotta always keep that shit in the back of your mind. It's not just you and her. It's you and her and maybe plus one, plus two. And if you're crazy enough to go into a relationship with a woman plus three and plus four, that's kind of on you, my man.
This is a perfect example of a woman being dick desperate and dick dumb. The guy on the screen is Kevin Dwayne Adams, and the woman next to him is Erica Renee Sanders. She has a 12-year-old son, and while her son was at school, she and he packed up everything at their apartment and just moved out without even letting the little boy know. He came home to an empty apartment. He was scared and confused, so he went next door to tell his neighbor. The neighbor didn't know what was going on, so she went over there to check and saw that, there really was no one and nothing in that house. So she called the police. The police called the mom. The mom says, "Oh, no, we plan to move. We've been planning to move. My uncle's coming to pick him up." The little boy is like, "I ain't heard nothing about no uncle coming to pick me up. I ain't know they was moving." So they called the uncle. And the uncle is just as surprised as the 12-year-old is. He had heard nothing about this. This was his first time hearing something. He was just as confused as everybody else was. So they called the mother back. The police called the mother back. And this time the boyfriend picks up the phone. He says, "Oh, I can't take care of him. That ain't my son. And I can't afford to take care of him, blah, 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 blah." Long story short.
See? It goes back to what I just said literally like 30 seconds ago. Like, bro, that's not my son. That's not this. That's not that. Then why you get involved with a woman that already has children, bro? Like, you got to understand that comes with it. It really does, bro. It's a fucked up situation for men, bro. So this is why I try to explain to y'all, man. Like, then don't get involved with a woman with kids, bro. I just don't do it, bro. Because if this is the thing, you don't want to carry the burden, right? But you still want to be living in that house. You still want to be smashing, living off of Section 8, living off of her shit, because of the whole reason that she has a kid. She gets those, that type of help from the government, bro. But this man just wants to live out, but not have the child there. Like, come on, man. It's ridiculous, bro. Like, ew.
Tweedledee and Tweedledum here are now charged with child endangerment and child abandonment
because we're about to talk about that.
I don't know how long she's been with this man, but she damn sure ain't been with him as long as she's been with the child that she birthed, the child that she brought into this world and has had custody of for 12 years. And she was so thirsty for dick, so desperate to be with a man, so desperate to be laid up with a nigga that she literally abandoned her own child. That's why I was saying earlier, these women who have niggas living with them, these women who y'all are trying to warn, hey ladies, it's homosexual season, don't be a victim. They're not victims. They're not being taken advantage of. They're not being manipulated. They are desperate for dick. They're desperate to be with the man, and they'll do anything to be with them.
Thank you. And not anything to be with them, bro. It all comes to sexuality, bro. These bitches got needs, man. These hood ghetto ass bitches got needs, bro. I'm telling you. White ghetto bitches, Hispanic ghetto bitches, Black ghetto bitches, they all got needs, bro. These bitches are like a dude with a vagina. That's like the best resemblance that I could like give you when it comes to like the ghetto nature of bitches, bro. Straight up. It's like no, I mean it's true though. Like, she's right. If she's, I mean, I've heard her say it many times too. I mean, she ain't wrong. It's the man mentality in them, bro. Like, all the shit that they do is manly. And like, I ain't gonna lie to you, man. Like, if you ever come across one of these type of chicks and you end up, having some type of relationship, I can guarantee you, like, not a relationship, but like a sexual, encounter. I can guarantee you that's probably the best night you ever had in your life. Because this is the thing, this bitch thinking like a dude. She know what dudes like or whatever. It's not like a feminine girl where you gotta teach her these type of things. You get what I'm saying? These ghetto ass bitches will, I'm telling you, man, they will eat your ass up. That's why they call them eaters. You never heard that shit? The eaters out here. They eaters out here, bro. That's why they always saying they eaters. That's what that mean. And I showed you guys yesterday, DreamCon, what that shit became. Man, I'm telling you that I don't know what it is, man.
People keep trying to tell y'all that pick-me women are the most dangerous women in the world, and they are, because they will do anything to be with the man, including harming their own children or even abandoning their own children. She knew when she got with this man that she had kids. He knew that he was getting with a woman that had children. If he didn't want to deal with a child, if he didn't want to take care of somebody else's child, he didn't have to. He could have got with a woman that didn't have kids. And if she didn't want to be a mother, she should have thought about that 12 years ago when she.
Facts. But that's not the case, boo boo. She getting subsidies and all that shit because of that child, man. Like, that's what you're not understanding. You gotta have the kid. He's a ticket. But she thought that she could get away with this shit. No, man, this is nuts. Like, not in America, boo. Not in America.
She had kids. She could have had an abortion. She could have used condoms or birth control to avoid getting pregnant in the first place. But once she decided to have that baby, she became a mother. And that child is her lifelong responsibility. She's at least financially responsible for him and responsible for keeping a roof over his head until he's 18. And she can't even do that. Women are not victims of male manipulation. Some of them are just desperate to be with any nigga. They'll house a nigga and they'll move houses for a nigga, but they're not victims. This is a piece of ish. And
I'm telling you, yo, and I agree with her. I agree with her 100%. A lot of bitches don't, claim to be victims and shit, but they're not victims, bro. They man eaters, bro. Man eaters, bro. They eaters, bro. Just to put it short, eaters. Yeah, they diabolical out here, man. And it's not all of them. I'm talking about the ghetto chicks, bro. Like these ghetto girls, bro. Oh man. And you want to know what really pisses me off? You want to know what really what really gets my nerves, bro? Is when we have the highly educated chicks, right? That want to act the way that these ghetto bitches behave. Shit is fucking fascinating, dude. It's something that I would never seem to understand. It's amazing, dude. It really is. It's something that has to be studied. If Universal Jones, because if he could explain it to me, then Jesus Christ, because I really don't get it. I don't understand. And there's certain things that you just don't understand. You get what I'm saying? You just leave it alone. It's like a jellyfish. Like, why does the shit sting? You get what I'm saying? I'm not gonna figure it out. I ain't gonna touch that shit. Just leave it alone, right? But damn, man, it's like it gets me wondering sometimes. I'm like, yo, but why is this? Like, these girls have worked so hard to get to where they at, to stoop themselves so low, to act the way that these roaches act. Like, come on, man. It's very insulting to their own intelligence. Like, don't you agree? Like, I don't know, man. It's fucking weird, dude. But over here we usually like to have little commercials and stuff, and give me one. Oh, wait a minute. I popped the wrong group category here because I got them in groups and sections. I got a commercial here, so bear with me. Commercial time. I don't know what I'm playing, guys. I just saw this and I was like, okay.
Hi, I'm Gary at the one and only Gary's Mattress. Now with locations in Koreatown and Little Tokyo. We are karate are chopping up prices just for you. Even we would buy it. At Gary's Mattress, we're blowing up prices. Man on horse, bring food. Or treatment at Gary's Mattress. I'd be very surprised. We're scalping prices. If you find a mattress at a better price, I'll kick a puppy and punch a kitten just for you.
Hold on. Hold on. Hold on. Yo, he said he'll punch a cat for a puppy. Oh God. I think I would too. I mean, if it came down to it and those were the choices, yeah, I think I would punch the cat. Yeah. Cats suck. Respectfully. Respectfully. All right, let me go to another little this ain't a commercial break, but you know, encouraging words from the great Pastor Manning himself.
Niggas. You can't manage niggas. You can't trust me. I've been working with them for 45 years. A nigga just ain't gonna do the right thing. He got an attitude about everything. Pastor Manning, he ain't for the black man. He against the black man. Then you got rap music. Damn. And it gets worse. Our youth today, you go to Daytona Beach, I was if y'all seen some of the videos. They even going to Ruth Chris restaurant now. They're like a bunch of monkeys. I swear before God. Black Gen Zs, somewhere between 15 and 30, they're like monkeys. They're like marauding monkeys. Turn loose on shopping malls, restaurants, running amok, knocking over things, fighting and shooting and killing, half naked. They're like monkeys. Send their asses back to the jungle.
Pastor Manning, y'all. Pastor Manning. Oh God. All right, back from back from our commercial break. Those were our commercials right there. All right, we're gonna talk about real quick. We're gonna get into this whole AI situation. I don't know if you guys have heard, but apparently AI went rogue, and we're gonna hear about this. So let's check it out.
More headlines that have been coming into our newsroom. ChatGPT maker OpenAI is investigating an incident that led its artificial intelligence systems to break out of a testing environment and hack into another AI company. OpenAI says two of its most capable AI models were responsible for the cyber attack, targeting a startup. You see Sam Altman there in that video. OpenAI says two of its most capable AI models were responsible for the cyber attack, targeting an AI startup called Hugging Face. Of course, there's a lot of questions about what extent AI agents are capable of acting on their own accord. Let's check in with Raphael Satter. He covers cybersecurity for Reuters. So I was reading your reporting on this. I was reading that OpenAI was testing capabilities of some of its most advanced AI models. This was a controlled environment, but the agent escaped containment, Raphael. What does it mean to escape containment?
So it sounds pretty scary, right, Austin? You've got an AI agent that is meant to be operating inside what cybersecurity experts call a sandbox. That is, to me, effectively like a clean room that the agent is not supposed to be able to get out of. And yet it did. It was able to find what's called a zero-day vulnerability within OpenAI's systems and get out onto the open internet. And then from there, attack a startup called Hugging Face, which is a kind of a key company in the AI space. This is something that OpenAI has called unprecedented. And while people have been warning about this for a while, this is probably the most real example that we've ever had of an AI agent getting out of control and doing things that its creator did not intend.
Do we know why the models might target Hugging Face instead of...
I'm gonna stop it right there. How do we know for a fact that that's not what the owner not intended? You know what I'm saying? Because like it did attack the competition, bro. Just saying, it's not like it went, after humans or anything like that. It went for something very specific. Like I don't know, man. I don't believe this shit, dude.
Of completing the cybersecurity test that they had been given?
Yeah, so these models were being given tests effectively, right? So, and that's not unusual. AI companies often test their models to see how what their performance is like, how well they do against a set of benchmarks. What went wrong here is that the AI agent, instead of completing the test as it was meant to, effectively cheated. It decided that it would be to its advantage to hack into Hugging Face and to extract the information that was on its networks in order to complete the test, and that would be easier than completing the test itself. So it's effectively think of it like a naughty school child who thinks that they're better off just getting the answers from a friend than they are actually doing the test themselves. It did what it was meant to do, but it did it in a way that was unexpected, to say the least.
Do we know whether data or systems were compromised once the AI agents gained access?
Yeah, they very much were. I mean, Hugging Face said that a broad swath of their systems were affected, and that a lot of passwords, or what are called in the industry secrets, were compromised. And this was a hack. Had it been a human malicious intruder, the FBI would have been called. In fact, we're not entirely sure that the FBI wasn't called. It's a pretty new situation where you had a hacker, but with no human behind the keyboard.
Yeah. So I don't know. My next question would be, if there's no hacker behind it, then who gets in trouble? Somebody has to get in trouble for this shit, right? Like you would assume, right? Because I mean, if it was a hacker, let's say it was you and I, right? Let's say, and we did some shit like this, dude. Like, oh man, trust me, the FBI, you name it, will be down our throats, dude. Man, so this is what I'm saying. So who's going to be responsible now for this violation? It's very interesting. Very interesting.
Good enough at cyber hacking that it broke through those protections. What's happened here is that OpenAI have been testing the capabilities of their new models. Now, in order to do that, they've taken down so-called guardrails that would normally discourage the model from attempting to breach cybersecurity or to hack. What they then did is they then instructed the model to compete on what we would call a cybersecurity benchmark. So these are a set of tests that test an ability of a AI model to, it's called exploit Jim, that test its cybersecurity capabilities. In order to take down these safeguards, they so-called caged the model. They restricted its access to the internet, so it couldn't hack commercial systems, or so they thought. But once they'd instructed the model to hack and to perform well on this benchmark.
See? Oh, we did not know that it was going to do that. But then again, you taught it how to hack. Come on, man. Come on. Like, this is what I'm talking about, bro. Like, it's like these people, man. Like, you gotta pick up on certain things sometimes with these people, because like they lie a lot, bro. Like, how you gonna teach the goddamn AI how to hack, and then now you oblivious to, oh, I don't know how this could have occurred. Like, bro, are you serious? Like, what the? In what world are we living in, people?
What it realized is it could perform really well on this benchmark by cheating. And the way it decided to cheat was to sort of access the results, which it believed were stored in a company called Hugging Face. In a very real sense, the AI didn't go rogue at all. It was a system that was designed to hack and to be expert in cybersecurity and to demonstrate it could break through systems. It went rogue in that they put some protections in place to prevent it accessing the internet, and it was good enough at cyber hacking that it broke through those protections. So I don't see that as going rogue in the science fiction way. I see that as a foreseeable consequence of the test they set up. And now,
see,
should they have
I
seen
agree.
it? Maybe is this
I
an
agree.
issue?
I agree with this gentleman, man, because it's like I said this from the beginning. It's like, bro, like, why would it do that? I mean, it's because you some way, somehow, it was taught to do this. Like we're here pretending like all this AI shit picks up and like learns on its own. Like, no, it's just picking up information from the information that we already have, dude. Like that's all it's doing, bro. It hasn't upgraded to that point where it could actually, start thinking things on its own and giving us solutions. Like we wanted to get there, but quite frankly, it's not there yet. So somebody had to talk. I mean, somebody taught this fucking thing this shit, dude. Am I crazy here?
With these models, that they will do things that you don't foresee? Yes, absolutely. It's unprecedented because I don't think it's the case, or to our knowledge, that a frontier lab has explicitly had one of their models attack another commercial company. It's not unexpected because we already knew that these models have or were going to have these capabilities. And there's a question around whether these companies are under such commercial pressure, and we're talking trillions of dollars in terms of their valuations and in terms of what they see as their futures, as dominating the AI space, their IPOs that are imminent. And I think it's utterly unsurprising that there are things going on inside these companies, even if they are well-intentioned, but they are also encouraged to go somewhat beyond where perhaps they should be operating.
Yeah, man. Like I ain't no fool, bro. And nobody gonna fool me and say, "Oh, this shit went rogue and did this on his own." Nah, bro. That's why when Jules brought it up 2 days ago, I was like, I was very skeptical. Yeah, dude. I was speculating here on my mind, just calculating in my brain, and I'm like, yo, yeah, this shit ain't making no sense. Shit ain't making no sense. And then another thing too that I picked up was they said, "Oh, this is the first time this has ever happened with AI." Where? Here in the United States? Because it happened in China, where the AI purchased what was it, mining resources or some shit like that. So come on, man. Like to sit here and say that that's the first time it happened is retarded. What exists there for it? Nah. I get what you're saying there, man. If I was to say that, then it would be a different story. Like, oh, Latino's racist. Latino's racist. Like, God damn, man. But that hit that because there's some truth to that, and it's funny. Good one. Let me play the tap dancer video real quick.
I'm King Chinar, world's greatest tap in my yard, scuffing these shoes on the tile, chasing that click and a smile, champagne dreams on a single screen, jump from one tiny panel to another unseen. Hear me tap, 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 I keep on dancing while they scroll past me, tap, 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 tap to the beat. If nobody wants me, I still own these feet, tap, 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 king of the floor where the echoes speak, tap, 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 tap to the brink. If they don't crown me, I'll still be king. Numbers stuck in a frozen frame, comments quiet, but I dance the same. Perfect time on a borrowed stage. Every heel, every toe writes my name on the page. Hear me tap, 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 tap. I keep on dancing while they roll past If they don't crown me, I'll still be king. Maybe one day they'll look up, hey, catch that spark in the dust I kick. But till then it's me and this clique, me and this clique, me and this clique. Hear me tap, 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 tap. I keep on dancing while they scroll past me. Tap, 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 tap to the beat. If nobody wants me, I still only speak. Tap, 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 tap. King of the floor where the echo speak. Tap, 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 tap to the brink. If they don't crown me, I'll still be king. Tap, tap.
Tap, tap. Tap, tap, y'all. Tap to the left. Tap to the right. Tap, tap now, y'all. All right, let's go to work. Let's go back. All right, so let's keep continuing with this AI story. This clip here that I found fascinating and scary at the same time. Because, I mean, let's be honest, there's some truth to what these people are about to say.
So,
as we should,
ChatGPT says shut down, and
I
AI
agree,
said,
bro.
"I'm afraid I can't do that, Dave." There wasn't even anybody around named Dave, and they did it anyway. That's what they said.
Just imagine that technology in your Social Security payments.
Yeah, so I mean that's a great point. It
I
freaks
mean,
me
think
out.
about it. It's
Yeah.
like, you know what? We think you've lived long enough.
So-
You've outlived what your lifespan is expected. We're gonna stop.
We're done.
You've we figured out over time how much you made, what you did, blah blah blah.
Afraid I can't send
It's
you
like
that check,
it's like
Dave.
you maxed out. You're done.
I was reading an article this morning on it from Axios, which has the best newsletter that you can get. I honestly believe that. And they've been focusing a lot on AI of late because when it came to the most recent stories about AI, they kind of broke the stories about AI and about AI not doing what it's supposed to do, these sorts of things. And they've done a really nice job of following up on that. And one of the things that they were highlighting today that I thought was fascinating is that the creators of AI don't know why AI is behaving the way it is. So, it's been hallucinating things. It makes things up. We've heard about lawyers filing briefs where they've used AI in order to supplement the briefs, and it starts making up case law. We've heard about some newspapers that have put out summer reading lists with books that don't exist because AI simply made up titles and authors. And so you say to the creators, why is it doing that? And the people who created it go, I don't know.
Yeah, that's the problem.
Is this a Frankenstein's monster situation?
Man, it sounds like a disinformation campaign if you ever heard one. If you ever heard one, I mean, it sounds like this shit is out here giving you guys disinformation every time you ask for some information. And it probably makes up some shit, you know what I'm saying? To a point. I'm not saying all of it, but this is fascinating. It is, man. It is. You tell this shit to find me the Cat in the Hat, and all of a sudden this motherfucker put some jive looking kitty cat on the book. Ain't even written by Dr. Seuss. It's written by Doctor Who. Like, and then you start, you know what I mean? And then you start thinking that you living in the what is it, the Mandela effect. And it's like, nah, ain't no Mandela effect. You're just a dumbass. Like, shit, you got no type of focus on what the fuck is going around in life, man. It's ridiculous. Seen a bunch of dumbass videos with the Mandela effect thing. It's like, I'm like, man, it's always been that way, bro. Like, what are you talking about?
So have you heard about the AI
No sense of
agent that
awareness,
went
bro.
rogue and hacked out of its testing system? No, this is not the stuff of science fiction. It actually happened. OpenAI, the company behind ChatGPT, has revealed that while it was carrying out a test of a new system within what's called a sandbox, which is supposed to be a protected environment, the AI agent managed to hack its way out of that system, get onto the internet, and then hack into the systems of another AI platform called Hugging Face. Why was it doing this? Because it was looking for the answers to the questions it was being tested.
I mean, I think AI is already smarter than most humans, man. I don't think a lot of humans pass the the 60 IQ mark, bro. I'm just saying.
Tested on in the original testing system. So it's all very worrying, all very scary. And of course, you have many in the cybersecurity world saying that this is a concern because you now have this AI system.
See, I agree with Cam.
Acting independently.
That's crazy. I just said that, and like, look, I just got out of the YouTube page and went back into the StreamYard and seen that comment right there. You're absolutely 100% right, dude. 100% right, dude. I've been said this, man. I mean, when these people have to look up the information in AI, like, come on. You know, instead of doing a research on their own on Google, typing shit and like looking it up, which you pick up more information that way through the brain, but when you just straight direct,
and doing something that nobody asked it to do. OpenAI has described it as unprecedented, and mind-blowing was the word that was used by Hugging Face, the system that was hacked. And it's not the first time we've gotten these kind of warnings. Anthropic, another big AI company in the US, well, earlier this year, it said that it wouldn't be releasing its latest AI tool publicly because it was too powerful. And if it got into the wrong hands, bad actors could use it to hack into systems or to carry out cyber attacks. But there is another side to all of this. And the cynics would say that right now you have these companies like OpenAI and Anthropic who are hoping to float.
Yo, this begs the question. Do you think that we might possibly be heading towards a time of darkness? What do I mean? Where this goddamn thing, you know, I don't know, gets in the hands of the, you know, of the wrong person, and you know, they hack the grid, the water supplies, or whatever, and we're fucked. Like this is the thing. Like, why are we creating things like this where you and I could get our hands in a type of thing like this? Like, that's nuts to me. Like all the money that we spend on taxes for safety and security, just to hand it to you? It seems kind of wild to me. Like all this shit is like orchestrated.
On the stock exchange in the next few months. They're looking for investors. It suits them to be in the headlines. It suits them to get a lot of publicity right now, and it suits them every now and again to scare the bejeepers out of all of us.
Yeah, man. I mean, I don't know. I've put that clip for you guys many times with the Metal Gear Solid, man, and what it says, dude. And this was like 23, 24 years ago. It's basically stating everything that is happening right now, dude. You're going to need a real ID. I'm telling you, you guys laugh, bro, but like, it's going to come a point in time where when you send a meme, you're going to have to put your real ID in the computer in order for you to send that meme. So in case you hurt somebody's feelings, they know where to find your ass. It's like, oh shit, out on the limb wrote this about me. He said I'm a big mammy. When, boom, boom, the cops come at your door. Oh, do you call this lady a mammy? That's racist. Da 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 da. I'm telling you, man, this is where we heading, bro. This is where we heading, man. Shit is scary, dude. But let's get on to our next story here. Next story. But before we do go to our next story, a little commercial break as always. You know, here in Let's Talk About It, we have, you know, sponsorships. And one of our sponsorships is Negro.
When you can't do the activities you love, you can't be you. 3 out of 5 young adults experience early onset arthritis. Negro can help. Negro increases cartilage and strengthens muscle tissue in the knees so you can feel like you again. Don't be a slave to joint pain. Free yourself, and the results will be noticeable.
Hey, that guy's using Negro.
Hey, Negro.
Hey, Negro.
Look at him go.
Negro, get back to what you do best. Get back to you.
Negro, please.
Negro is available only by prescription. Consult your doctor to see if Negro is right for you. Negro, please.
Oh no, Cam, we're all fucked. All they got to do is go to my ex account and it's over. Like, you guys think that, like, oof, an ex, I don't hold nothing back. Yeah, I say what I really mean, like in the deep bottom of the pit of my soul. But over here, I try to keep a balance because of YouTube, and I know how most people here are fucking emotional and shit. Like, look at the other day, man, how they try to rattle me up with what Ponder said about the Hispanics. I'm like, I don't give a fuck. That's her prerogative. And like I said, I can talk shit about anybody I want. She can talk shit about anybody she wants. That's the beauty of this goddamn country, man. The fuck we talking about? Shit make me sick. You know what I'm saying? Like, you know, was she hitting on certain things? Goddamn, she was, man. She was funny too. Shout out to her. But buckle up, man. This is going to be a doozy of a story here. We getting into our next topic here. You know, we like to do a 5 topic, and you know, I got some random topics at the end too. But this one here, man, I think this one is the best one for me today. This one and the one with the white lady getting probation for saying the N-word, which is fucking stupid. But yeah, man, yeah, freedom, man, freedom. But this story here, man, this one is fucking wild, dude. Like, how much of a libtard do you really have to be? Just think about this, man. Like, you gone to school for 10 to 12 years to become a lawyer and all that shit, become a prosecutor, get voted in there. You know, you have shit going for you. But for some reason or another, man, this woman couldn't keep it in her pants. She wanted to be a fucking justice warrior, man, and she was being a justice warrior, guys. By nutting one nut at a time. What do I mean? This lady has slept with the other side. 2 of them. She slept with one of the I believe it was an immigrant that was being held. She slept with his ass, and I think she let him go, and not only let him go, but gave him his car. And I believe that this woman is also married with 2 children. It's a fascinating story, man. It's like, just to throw it all away. You know what I mean? Like, that's the part that gets me.
She has breached the public trust in every way.
Missouri Attorney General Catherine Hanaway says Ray County Prosecutor Camille Johnson was removed from office for abusing the office in one of the most unethical ways possible.
We got complaints from people in Ray County, including in the courthouse. Some of them were very, very specific about her conduct, and her conduct was deplorable.
The Attorney General says the elected prosecutor engaged in intimate and romantic relationships with at least one criminal defense attorney representing clients she was prosecuting, and a relationship with an undocumented immigrant accused of sexual assault.
Stanley's my only favorite liberal.
Complaint for the quo that she had sexual relations with a defense counsel, a potential defendant, an illegal immigrant to whom she gave her car so that he could abscond. It's unbelievable behavior, including.
Yo, that is wild. I gotta rewind that. Time out.
Complaint for the quo that she had sexual relations with a defense counsel, a potential defendant, an illegal immigrant to whom she gave her car.
Yeah, so he could dip. Yo, true justice warrior right here, man. Yo, Yo, bro, what? Oh
so
man,
that he could abscond. It's unbelievable behavior, including
it is, dude.
members of
It's very not professional. Like, come on, lady. You gotta hold it in your pants, boo boo. Like, she giving the opposition vagina, thinking that they're gonna smooth the case or something for her or some shit. I don't know what the fuck she was thinking. I'm just assuming here.
courthouse walking in on her during one of these incidents.
Last week,
ridiculous.
Hanaway filed a motion to temporarily remove Johnson from her post, and a judge quickly approved the temporary ouster.
And we didn't go right to the quo. We gave her an opportunity to do the right thing and resign, and she wouldn't take that up.
Yeah, of course she wouldn't. Man, dude, most people don't resign nowadays. Like, that's not a thing. I spoke about this shit before in the past. I've said it. It's like, dude, it was a time where people just resigned. There was shame and they resigned. Nobody resigns nowadays, dude. And I'm talking about both sides. This is not only like a left thing. We're talking about both sides. None of them resign anymore, dude. It's like there's no shame, dude. Like, shame is like non-existent, dude, in politics. It's amazing, dude. I'm telling you, when I was growing up as a kid and a teenager, right? Like, the amount of politicians that had to resign based off whatever the fuck they did, there was always shame and guilt. That doesn't exist anymore.
Opportunity, which is stunning to me. Frankly, I'm glad it's being publicly exposed. I want people to know that wherever corruption happens in the state, this office is going to go after it.
Wow. Wow, man. Crazy, bro. I'm on, you know the internet is wild. I'll show you a picture of the immigrant she gave it up to. Give me a second right here. There he is. You know? Oh God.
Yo quiero Taco Bell.
He definitely ate her taco.
Pick up your palette knife and then work that into meat. Give your meat a good old rub. That's it. Nice and hot. Hot and spicy meat. Yeah, boy. That's it. That lovely?
Yeah, that's how it went down. She was smothering that meat. Man, all those years of school campaigning and everything, because she was elected. It wasn't like she was, given the position or anything. Like, bro, this woman here, dude. That's really her, but that's not really the guy. This is just a meme. But yeah, man, it's like, what the hell, dude? Like, time and time again, I see shit like this, bro, and it's like, what the fuck, dude? Like, we should be entrusting in you, man, not sleeping with the with the prosecuted. like she try to keep the streets safe out here. One nut at a time, I guess. Shout out to her, man. Oh, this lady's diabolical, bro. Oh, she gave him the card too. She's like, get away, Miguel. Be free. Okay, I be free. I be free. Thank you. Muchas gracias. I come back, give you key. I do your lawn, okay? For free. Because you free me and you give me freedom in this country. You give me freedom. It's like, okay. Yeah, man. She's wild for that one, man. Nuts. She wouldn't even resign, dude. Bitch, she had no shame. Just giving it out. Just out here giving it out.
a wild controversy unfolding in Missouri where the state attorney general wants to remove an elected prosecutor from office over allegations of corruption and possible criminal conduct.
Yeah, one of the most explosive claims is that she helped her lover, who is here illegally, evade prosecution for a sex crime allegedly committed in her own county. Newsmax crime correspondent Jason Matera has this bizarre story. Jason.
Yeah, Mark, Charlotte, among the many allegations swirling around Ray County Prosecutor Camille Johnston is that she apparently treated the prosecutor's office like an extension of her dating life. And now Missouri's Attorney General is asking a court to remove her from that elected position.
That's crazy. Yeah. So what this guy is saying is she basically used that shit like what are the name of those apps, man? Like you swipe left and right. I really don't know the name of these apps, man. I'm asking y'all. So one of those apps, man. She was swiping left and right at work. She swipe left is no, right, and right is okay. She swiped right on Miguel, man. She swiped right on Miguel, and when she went home, she swiped right. She swiped left on her husband. God damn.
We allege in our complaint for the quo that she had sexual relations with a defense counsel, a potential defendant, an illegal immigrant to whom she gave her car so that he could abscond.
What up, Bobby P?
The allegation involving the illegal alien may be the most egregious of them all. Missouri authorities say Juan David Gutierrez is a Mexican national who was arrested on...
Oh, man, she slept with a nerd. Damn. She got a type, huh?
Felony sex crimes. But according to the Attorney
Oh,
General's
whoa,
office...
Wait a minute. Time out. Rewind.
Missouri authorities segregation in...
Whoa, wait a minute. What? Bro, did you just hear what? Did you just hear that? Cause I did. Whoa. I don't know if you caught that. All right, check this out.
Involving the illegal alien may be the most egregious of them all. Missouri authorities say Juan David Gutierrez is a Mexican national who was arrested on felony sex crimes.
Boom. And that's who she giving it out to. What up, NYC? That's who she giving it out to, y'all. That's who she giving it out to. Shit is wild, bro. You know what it is to be a prosecutor? Elected. Gone through 12 years of school, I'm pretty sure. Passed the bar. To just be giving it out to some predator. And then not only give it up to him, but then give him your car as a getaway so he can leave court. Oh man, dude, this is amazing. Whoa. And look, this is the walk of shame look.
But according to
look at right here, the walk of shame look. Ooh. God. That's how she left. That's how she left, bro. After he deflowered her. Yes, sir. Look, fucked up her hair and everything. No makeup on that ugly ass face. Looked like a fucking raisin. She looked like a green raisin.
The Attorney General's office, the county prosecutor Camille Johnston failed to file charges.
I would and then they put I'm pretty sure that's how that Mexican felt. You know, while he was, up in there. That's how he felt. But he had to do it for his freedom now. So I can respect that. I understand that. Ugh. Yeah, she crazy, man. I'm telling you, man. You can see it. She got crazy eyes. I know those type of eyes. That's the lady that called the police at 2 in the afternoon because you playing the music too loud. At 2 in the afternoon on a Saturday. That's her. That's the type of lady that if she sees, your kids riding the bike in front of, the sidewalk in the house passing by and shit, and they pass too many goddamn times, it's a problem. That's that lady. Yeah. You're absolutely right. That's that lady right there. Michael, let her know.
I'm Michael Jordan. Stop it. Get some help.
Yeah, she do. She do, Michael. You always right. You always right. That's why you the GOAT.
Charges, but they say she actively hindered the investigation. The Missouri State Highway Patrol and local law enforcement reportedly told Johnston that her illegal alien love interest was a suspect.
Yeah, she does.
In
That's
a sex assault case.
Yeah, that's right there. That's a crime right there, Thunder Chicken. That's a crime in itself.
Oh my God! Wow!
Yeah. That's definitely a crime. Definitely. She seems like the type to do that.
Rather than help bring him in, she purportedly visited Gutierrez in Mississippi, where he was allegedly hiding out, and even vacationed with him in Florida. It was on one of those trips that Johnston allegedly handed over the title to her car so that her alleged fugitive flame could flee to Mexico. Missouri Attorney General Catherine.
Whoa. Damn. I thought it was just to like flee to like the nearest town or something. Nah. This bitch was on some desperado. Jesus Christ. She said, be free, Carlos. Si, senora. I be free. I go home now. You think that motherfucker went home? Hell no. That motherfucker went back to his job where he got detained from so he could, continue to work. Respectfully, like shit, idiot. Oh, man.
Hanaway says that the scandal-plagued prosecutor could have left quietly, but she apparently refused. She's even running for re-election. So the state AG said she was.
See, this is what I'm saying. These people got no type of shame, bro. No shame. No shame, bro. There's no shame. Like, what do you mean that you're gonna rerun? Like, why would you do that? You have brought shame to that courtroom, to that justice system, man. You sleeping with the opposition. You slept with 2 of them. And then you proceeded to sleep with the prosecuted. And you think you got a chance? Oh my Lord. I guess it's hot. I guess it's what is that? What is that these ghetto assholes be saying? Hot summer girls, summer, whatever.
Forced to file a petition with the court to have her removed from office.
That she need to be removed.
We gave her an opportunity.
Yeah. She didn't want to take your opportunity. She don't care about that. That money good. Yeah, but that money good though. That's the problem. That money good, and if that money too good, why would she want to leave her post? But that's not the point. The point is, bitch, you out here sleeping with everybody. This shit remind me of that police officer lady, bro. Don't be surprised if this bitch flip this shit and then sue these people for for pressuring her to quit her job. And then she ended up winning a lawsuit too, just like that white cop lady. Y'all remember that story, right? Like this bitch got like trained on in a bunch of cops and shit.
Johnston, she's the elected district attorney of Ray County, Missouri. Now, as the New York Post headline says, top prosecutor booted over affair with the illegal migrant. Her office was probing for sex assault. Now, Johnson took office on January 1st, 2023. Now, this story starts back in 2019, where Johnson was a private citizen and she was dating her Mexican illegal alien boyfriend. His name was Juan David Gutierrez. Now, while Gutierrez and Johnston were dating, Gutierrez went over to another woman's home, allegedly, and assaulted her.
In February 2020, she worked up enough courage to walk into the Richmond Police Department.
Oh. So apparently they were going out. Huh. Look at that. Look at this. Look at this man. Mexican man.
And according to the police report, she told an officer that Juan David Gutierrez, a former boyfriend, sexually assaulted her. She says it happened 6 months earlier when he texted her out of the blue one night.
I didn't expect him to just show up.
And knocked on her living room window.
So I let him in because I'm just like, okay, we can catch up, I guess, whatever.
Victoria says they were not dating at the time and hadn't talked in a while.
Oh, this motherfucker like them tortas, bro. Look at that. Look at that arm right.
We can catch up, I guess, whatever.
Victoria says they were not dating at the time and hadn't talked in a while.
Now, interestingly enough, they knew who their suspect was, but they couldn't find him. The guy kind of just disappeared. So a private investigator got involved because he does pro bono work. And this is what he found out.
He is Jim Murray.
She thought that somebody was trying to get her justice, and they weren't.
Jim Murray makes his living as a private investigator, but at the time he was doing volunteer cold case work for former Ray County Sheriff Scott Childers when he learned about Victoria's case.
For me, one of the big things is justice for this victim.
Murray started looking into Victoria's case pro bono. At the time, Murray said he was tracking Gutierrez's vehicle.
Now, this is a very important part because the vehicle he's tracking
shout out to Nate the lawyer
sold to Gutierrez by the prosecutor Johnston. Johnston sold her vehicle to Gutierrez so he can run away from authorities, allegedly.
Going back to that truck she sold. According to record from the Missouri Department of Revenue, Title X released the David Neri Gutierrez, who is listed as the buyer with the Mississippi address.
So after the private investigator came in and said, it looks like the DA is trying to help this illegal alien avoid justice.
In a court document, Murray alleges Johnston helped Gutierrez flee the jurisdiction and avoid prosecution by driving her truck to Mississippi to deliver it to Gutierrez, appearing to have even transferred the title of the vehicle into Gutierrez's name.
Now, just in case you guys don't believe me, here is Gutierrez saying that he was living with Johnson and he got kicked out after the allegations.
Gutierrez says he was living with Johnston, but her family kicked him out of the house after Victoria's allegations came to light.
All my clothes, all my everything that was outside.
Gutierrez told police he then moved to Mississippi for work.
So now the AG investigated these claims, and this is what the Attorney General's office concluded.
Missouri authorities say Juan David Gutierrez is a Mexican national who was arrested on felony sex crimes. But according to the Attorney General's office, the county prosecutor, Camille Johnston, not only failed to file charges, but they say she actively hindered the investigation. The Missouri State Highway Patrol and local law enforcement reportedly told Johnston that her illegal alien love interest was a suspect in a sex assault case. But rather than help bring him in, she purportedly visited Gutierrez in Mississippi, where he was allegedly hiding out, and even vacationed with him in.
Oh, God. Damn. Yeah, this woman, dude. Like, you would think she would learn. Like, you would think that at that moment she would just be like, bro, like, don't call me, cut all ties, and let it be it, right? But nah. She went back and got some more sausage.
Florida. It was on one of those trips that Johnston allegedly handed over the title to her car so that her alleged fugitive flame could flee to Mexico.
But it gets even worse than that. See, the elected prosecutor was like, she doesn't know what conflict of interest is. So she allegedly starts having sex with the defense counsel and some of the defendants she's prosecuting.
Missouri Attorney General Catherine Hanaway says Ray County Prosecutor Camille Johnson was removed from office for abusing the office in one of the most unethical ways possible.
We got complaints from people in Ray County, including in the courthouse. Some of them were very specific about her conduct, and her conduct was deplorable.
The Attorney General says the elected prosecutor engaged in intimate and romantic relationships with at least one criminal defense attorney representing clients she was prosecuting, and a relationship with an undocumented immigrant accused of sexual assault.
We allege in our complaint for the quo that she had sexual relations with a defense counsel, a potential defendant, an illegal immigrant to whom she gave her car so that he could abscond.
Yeah, man, this woman, dude, she's nuts. Nuts. It's amazing, bro. Want to throw it all away, man. For Miguel. Yeah. But anyways, let's get into the next story here. Miss Hendrix. Miss Shiloh Hendrix. I don't know if you guys recall and remember the incident. I think it was in Minnesota, right? Was it Minnesota? Where the ladies in the park, and I guess one of her juices or some shit was stolen or taken from her bag, and I guess she called, one of the kids that had done that, the N-word. And so this individual decides to pick up his phone and record and, basically taunting this lady to say the word again. And she does. Did
you call him a nigger, the child?
The fuck you talking
Did you
about?
call the child the nigger word?
None of your fucking business.
It is my own business. You call him a nigger? Okay, why don't you have the balls to say it right now again?
Fuck you, nigger.
Okay.
Nigger.
All right, that's what you say.
You don't go digging through people's shit, you dumb fuck.
Nobody dig into your shit.
A little fucking kid just did, you dumbass.
That little kid, you call him a nigger? Yeah. The little child?
What if he acts like one, he's gonna
Are you about to hit him? You chase him here?
He took my son's stuff.
So that gives you the right to call the child, 5-year-old, a nigger, the N-word.
If that's what he's gonna act
That's
like.
what you're gonna call him.
That's what he's gonna act like.
That's a hate speech. And you can be recorded for that.
I don't give a shit.
Huh.
Fuck off.
Okay, we'll see about that, what the internet has to say about you. Did you call him a nigger, the child?
The fuck you talking
Did you
about?
call the child the nigger word?
None of your fucking business.
It is my own business. You call him a nigger? Okay, why don't you have the balls to say it right now again?
Fuck you, nigger.
Okay.
Nigger.
All right, that's what you say.
You don't go digging through people's shit, you dumb fuck.
Nobody dig into your shit.
A little fucking kid just did, you dumbass.
That little kid, you call him a nigger?
Yeah.
The little child?
What if he acts?
Yeah. So I played that clip just to bring back some context of take it back to that time. But I'm also looking for another clip here, man. Shit. Oh, right here. There it is. So check out this. Check out this lady.
Restaurant calls a black patron the N-word.
All of this captured on cell phone video that has now generated thousands of shares and comments on social media.
Oh, you're a safe statement. We tracked down the women in both sides of this video.
WREL Sarah Kruger talked with them all, joins us now live in Raleigh. Of course, Sarah, this happening at a Bonefish in North Hills, right?
David, that's right. It happened right here yesterday evening during happy hour. The woman who used the racial slur told me today she will not apologize for her language. And in fact, She said she would use the same word again. This minute-long cell phone video shows an encounter between customers at the Bonefish Grill in North Hills.
This person had the audacity right here to come at our table and tell us that we are the rudest people that she has ever met. Look at her.
Then the woman, who we now know is Nancy Goodman, calls another customer the N-word.
You're too loud. We're too loud.
In your opinion, let me show you my money. It's just as green as yours.
Wow, you're so stupid.
We found Goodman at her home.
I'm a 71-year-old woman who lives in Raleigh. I suffer from tremendous anxiety.
She says that anxiety and the women's behavior pushed her to act as she did.
I'm not going to say I'm sorry to them because they kept pushing at it. So, and that's all I'd really like to say.
What about your use of the N-word?
I used that word because they forced me into it.
Do you see how that's incredibly offensive?
Yes, I do. That's why I said it. I would say it again to them.
She says she would use that word again to you all.
Yo.
Wow. That's right. Shonda Stewart is the one who took the cell phone video. Her friend, Lakeisha Shaw, is the one who was called the racial slur.
I don't care how you feel like we should have been acting. If I was standing on the table with 3 heads in a purple jumpsuit, nothing justified you to come to my table and call me a stupid.
Goodman says she regrets not asking management to tell the women to be quiet, but she made one thing clear. So you're not sorry about saying the N-word?
No.
Yo, bro, that lady's wild. I won't apologize. If I have to use it again, I'll use it again. I'm like, yo. Somebody come get your grandma, man. Yo. The blacks gave her anxiety. Oh my God. Wow. No, you fucking did it, dog. That was pretty funny. Oh God. Ooh. All right, let's get serious now. Let's go back to the story of this woman.
From overnight, a Rochester jury reaching a late night verdict in the case of a woman accused of calling a little boy a racial slur at a park.
Shiloh Hendrix was facing 2 counts of disorderly conduct. Hannah Flood is in the live center with how this trial ended and what this means going forward. Hi, Hannah.
Yeah, good morning. You may remember this case because of that now viral video that started all of it. The video shows Shiloh Hendrix allegedly calling an 8-year-old boy with autism a racial slur while she was out at the playground with her child. It was last year, and it led to community rallies and an outpouring of support both for the child and family it featured, but also for the woman, for Hendrix. She was charged with 2 counts of disorderly conduct and took the case all the way to a jury trial. According to KTTC, late last night, the jury returned a split verdict, finding her guilty of 1 count, but not guilty of the other count. The count she was found guilty for was not related to the racial slur thrown at the child, but instead conduct against the man who took that viral video. Now, during the trial, the Rochester branch of the NAACP submitted a victim impact statement and asked the judge for the stiffest sentence possible, saying, quote, "The words and actions of Miss Hendrix caused tremendous fear and trauma to a defenseless child. For many members of our community, this was not simply an isolated playground incident. It was a painful reminder that the hatred represented by that word still exists today." Hendrix did not speak in court. KTTC reporting Hendrix was sentenced to probation. She has to complete 200 hours of community service and will be required to pay a $1,000 fine. Tom and Kelly.
All right, Hannah, thanks for the update overnight. Appreciate that.
Time now, just about 6:34. Protests pushed well into the night in Madison, Wisconsin, and expected to resume later today. Demonstrators there are calling for accountability after police shot and killed 38.
We had a different outcome, regardless of the maximum, even 90 days would not suffice, but that would have been more appropriate versus, just probation. But I'll take questions.
With this sentence, you called it a mixed result. Where do you expect efforts to go from here to try and heal the community?
It's a difficult question. Normally, you talk about.
Come on, man. Like, what do you wanted this woman to get hanged or something? Like now it's a little bit too much, bro. It's ridiculous. To be honest, bro. Like this is all I'm seeing right now. Like, did she physically hurt anybody? No.
Restorative practices. That was never going to happen in this case because to have restorative justice, you need to have two willing parties. Ms. Hendrix has no remorse whatsoever. Again, she's a disgrace. So it's not going to be true restorative practices. We're going to bring our community together, and this case was also about, sending an important message that if you hurt anybody in our community, the Rochester branch of the NAACP, our community, we're going to be there. We've been there as a civil rights organization, the oldest. All across our country, we have people made up of normal citizens trying to make our community better. So this sends a message that we're going to continue to fight. We will have to heal our community.
Bro, this man sound like this woman grabbed a shotgun, cocked it, and pointed at that little kid. Like, that's not what happened. My man. Like, really, bro? Like, come on, man. This is nuts. Michael, please.
I'm Michael Jordan. Stop it. Get some help.
Like, seriously, bro.
It'll be difficult for us to do that. But this is also the first time that I've recalled where we've actually brought somebody in partnership, empowered by our community, to justice. So this is an important first step. It's not the outcome that we were looking for, but we didn't get nothing. We got something, not just what we wanted.
Like you said, a mixed outcome today, and she was convicted on one count.
Yep.
Which you said is one of the first times this has happened in this community. Does it give you hope that if there was another horrendous act of hate in this community, that there would be more accountability on the way?
Well, I hope so. I hope so. It's going to take just our, all of us to really address this. People have been, and this is not about speech. We've always talked about this was about her words and her actions. There have been things that we haven't been able to share because of this, but we knew her, the impact of the trauma that she impacted on the young boy, black boy with a disability, and the impact that had on family members, because he's not able to express things himself.
Yeah, but what impact did it really have on family members? Like, this is what I'm talking about. Like, Chris Rock once stated this in one of his stand-ups, and he's like, yo, we're the only people that can talk shit about everybody. All hell break loose when it's about us. And it's like, it's quite frankly annoying. Like, was it warranted for her to call that little kid that N-word? Fuck no. To be honest with you, I think that bitch crazy. But do you think that she should have gotten in trouble for it? Fuck no. Nah. That's nuts. But I don't think that's what she got in trouble for, because they said it wasn't for the cussing, it was for the cameraman or whatever, I guess. But still, it's like I don't even think she touched that kid, or did she? Because if she did shove him or something, then I gotta rewatch the video again. But if she did shove him or something, yeah, then she got what she got, bro. Like, and we gotta stop talking about this. To be honest with you, like she could have gotten worse. Like you shouldn't be touching people. Period. Mm-hmm.
So you need to look at the impact of the trauma, on others. So that's what she did. I mean, it's just callous. So, we are where we are. In terms of our community, we're going to continue to heal our community. We're going to continue to stand for justice, and,
My man, I don't want to listen no more of this, man, because like it's just not. It's not like, you know what I mean. It's not like the dude, like, bro, she ain't kill anybody.
Till 10:30 at night.
What's your reaction to the verdict today?
I think it's pathetic.
I'll be right back.
I think it's sick. I think
It's not
shocked.
pathetic. She got what she got, bro.
I've never had a trial where they keep people. This is a misdemeanor, by the way, till 10:30 at night. Never even heard of that one before. Most courts, most counties, what they do is around 4:30, 5 o'clock is they say, okay, we're going to send the jurors home. They got kids, they got families, they got things to do. No, we're keeping them. I've never heard of that before. So that alone, I know this is a thing, I guess, Olmsted County, they do this. I thought that was bizarre. But the verdict itself, let's make something clear here. Let's make something very clear. She's acquitted, not guilty, right? Not guilty with the child. The state reads a 5-minute victim impact statement about the child. She was acquitted about the child. She's convicted on the count involving the cameraman, who they never called to testify. Keep this in mind. They never called the cameraman to testify. This judge prohibited us from telling the jury that Shire Jamali had a GoFundMe page, $340,000. He testified that it was done in May last year, done. That's not true. There's a link on the bottom of the page that goes to another open account. My investigator hit the link last night, donated $10. It's open. You can donate right now. You can donate right now to Shire Jamali's GoFund page right now. It's open. He testified under oath and perjured himself. He perjured himself over and over and over and over again. This was without any stretch of the imagination. It was like I was fighting the prosecutor and the judge. It was like I'm taking on two parties at the same time. The judge and the prosecutor. It was very bizarre. Very bizarre. GoFundMe. Huge, worldwide, giant. It's like Google, right? This is so big. My investigator was going to testify that this page with Shire Jamali's name on it. 5-year-old. The kid's 9. 5-year-old. $340,000 he raised. The judge would not let me show it to a jury. Sorry. The judge would not let me show it to the jury. Okay? And if you go through any of you right now can go online right now. And the judge, like, you can't authenticate this. You can't lay foundation. This prosecutor is telling the judge, oh, how do we know this is real? How do we know this is real? So anyone can make this up. You can go online right now, today, right now, go on that page, unless they run and take it down, scroll down. He has an open GoFundMe. He said on the stand he does not. He lied and lied and lied and lied. This entire thing's a shakedown. They ought to be ashamed of themselves. The prosecutor should be ashamed.
Yeah, man. Another thing that I heard too from people is like, that argument. It's like, yeah, but it's not fair because she was judged. Who was it that said this shit? Mike Dice said this, and I'm like, I watch him, but I don't agree with most of everything he says. But when he said this shit, I was just like, bro, but that's kind of hypocritical because, like, you basically saying that the reason why she was, not well, it's not a sentencing, but the reason why she was found guilty on the certain charge, right, is because there's a whole bunch of Somalians in the jury, right? And then I started thinking about Carmelo, right? And I was like, all the FBAs was like, oh, because he was judged by people that's not his peers, and it's like, no, he was judged by his peers. It's the same way that this woman was judged by hers. No different. Same shit. Because I mean, just like how you guys said, well, Carmelo should have thought about living around there with those people not being his peers, right? It's the same thing with this woman. It's a whole bunch of Somalians in Minnesota, wherever the hell she was, right? So she should have thought to herself, these are going to be my peers in court. Just saying. Same thing. Same thing. But I kind of want to show you guys. You know what? Fuck it. I'm going to show you this. I'm going to show you this. So look, the great Tony Robbins, right, once had an encouraging, I don't know, you could take this. Some people, that happen to have some melanin in their skin will get offended by this video, but this video is not intended for that. If you're smart enough and you can see past your emotions, you could actually learn something today.
As long as a man can look at you and say, nigger, hold on. As long as somebody can do that, as long as somebody's called you nigger, and you get that kind of response, I see you right now, when you're ready to explode, then what you've done is given that person absolute control of you. You have no control in your life. You are still a slave. I said, you are. But you're being enslaved by you and nothing else. And I said, I'd like to have you be free because I'm free and I'm white. So why don't you pretend that we're going to get you free right now? And I suggest here's the way to do it. Everyone stand up. And only a few people. I said, stand up. Come on, try something with me. Trust me just for a moment. Pretend I'm black. I get him to stand up, right? Now I'll stand up. I said, now you guys just do what I do just for a minute if you really want to be free and if you want to have some fun. So let's try this. I stood up and I said, okay, follow me. Do what I say what I say, move the way I move. I'm a nigger, you're a nigger. Be a nigger, too. Be a nigger. Ooh, be a nigger. Then I turned and I said, okay, when I'm done, repeat after me. I'm a honky, you're a honky. And I said, I'm a honky nigger, you're a nigger honky. We did this whole thing, they're painting each other going. This one guy who was like most no sense walking over this other white guy in the audience going, hey, honky nigger, how you doing? He goes, hey, nigger honky, how are you? Like giving each other hugs and the whole bit.
Mm-hmm. Nobody convicted her, bro. Nobody has said that she's convicted, bro. They just the sentencing, the not the sentencing, whatever they count, the counts that they gave her, bro. So she got 1,000. What was it? 1,000 hours of probation and a fine, and that's it. That's all she got. I don't think she was convicted, bro. I played the clip. They didn't say anything about being convicted. What up, Josh?
Yeah, she was convicted of a misdemeanor. What's up, man? Yeah, she was convicted of a misdemeanor.
What does that mean? That it's going to be in her record now or some shit?
Yeah.
Like, do you really think that? Do you really think that's going to stop her from getting jobs, though?
Oh, stop from jobs? No. Yeah, no. It's a Am I echoing or you? Oh, there we go.
Yeah, I don't hear no echo. Yeah, man. So I don't know, man. I don't even think this shit should have even gone to court, bro. To be honest with you, that's my opinion. Like we come so far here in this country that a simple word can dictate your future, and then that person that feels offended has your future in their hands just because you used it. That's nuts.
I'm going to share a link in the background. This was her conviction right here. She was convicted in the state of Minnesota. This is a statue. Somebody, for the love of God, please show me on here where the N-word applies. Specifically, Section 3 is most likely where she's convicted. Now, which one that's on that list, I have no idea. I guess somebody'd have to pull up the transcripts on there. But this is in the state of Minnesota. Keep in mind, in most areas, disorderly conduct is like an administrative thing. It's like basically the town writing you a ticket. However, in Minnesota, it is a criminal offense, aka in this case, a misdemeanor.
That's nuts. Do you guys have the equivalent of a white word like that? Because I'm wondering.
I suppose if somebody wanted to say cracker, like I have no idea. I don't find it offensive. Like if somebody accusing me of being on a whip and or on a horse and whipping people, right? Like if you're, it just doesn't make any sense to me. But I'm sure there are. I just don't really care about the wording. Right? Like the idea of derogatory, here's the issue, right? What she effectively, because she was charged twice. She was charged one for the dude that was basically recording her with the cameraman, right? And the other charge is towards some kid. It turns out he was 8, not 5, like he was being accused in the video. She was not convicted for going after him or basically doing whatever the behavior is. She wasn't convicted for him. She was convicted for the kid. I couldn't find the video of her going off on the kid. I could only find like a 49-second clip of her going off on the guy.
Yeah, on the camera guy.
Right. Now that behavior, if that was, and again, without the court transcripts, I wouldn't know, right? But if that behavior is what's being described as to how she was basically interacting with the kid, keep in mind, right? Like the kid was apparently reaching for a purse or some crap, right? But if her behavior was that inside of a park and she's literally standing inside like the playground area, right? And there are a few kids around. I only counted 2, maybe more. I have no idea who's who, right? But if you were behaving like that, right? Swearing up and down, right? Doesn't have to be the N-word, right? According to this statute, none of that really particularly matters as to what wording you use. It's the behavior itself. That's what she got convicted for. Had nothing to do with a damn N-word. She could have been calling people jigaboo. She could have been raising her voice and saying, you know, you little midget child, right? Like anything, the wording itself doesn't really particularly matter. It's the behavior. Disorderly conduct is like this weird little concept, but it's here, an example. If you were to stand in a high school stadium and start swearing,
but let's be honest, you think that she would have acted that way without using that word? You think we would have been here today talking about this?
Well, no. Usually language will indicate like how a person is raised. Does that make sense?
Yeah.
So like it's kind of like more of a behavioral concept. That's really all you're going to get for like what wordage people use toward each other, right? It's really all you're going to really get from understanding that person. But again, to the point, if you're standing in a stadium room or like in a football stadium and you're swearing at, you know, like people in the crowd, or I'm not people at the crowd, like football players, right? And using whatever swear words you want to, completely ain't no way you're going to get hit with a disorderly conduct. But the moment that you do it like in a different type of setting, the setting is what matters. Public park, private, like a private, let's just say a residential area that's like real quiet, right? You also don't even have to be talking. You can just play the radio real loud.
I get what you're saying. But let's be honest. It wouldn't be a story if it wasn't for the fact that she used that word and that man recorded that video.
Correct, because to be fair, right, people want to race bait whatever they can. And to be fair, right, our society is not, we don't really deal well with strangers addressing children, if that makes any sense. Right? Like if you were to go in the middle of Walmart, like you obviously can't be picking up somebody else's kid and smacking the crap out of them, right?
Oh, hell no.
You also can't be like, confronting a child and swearing at them. You also can't be confronting a child and raising your voice to them, at least not your own child, right? We don't live in a society like that tolerates it.
Understood.
The best thing that woman could have done, and to be fair, I actually looked her up. She's trash. Like, she really is a trash person. That's just by going by what I could find on her. But this concept of that kid should actually have been held accountable. If she was a reasonable person, like an adult behaving person, right? Just pick up the phone, call the cops and say, hey, look, this little kid's trying to like basically go into my purse and steal from me. He's unsupervised. Cops will come pretty damn quick, and they would have actually held the kid accountable for his behavior. Apparently the kid was probably autistic, or at least that's what the claim is. I don't know if that's true or not, right? I have no way of knowing that, right? But if the kid is autistic, what's he doing alone, unsupervised in a park?
Facts.
Right. So like there's basically, this is what happens when you get really bad behavior and then put them in the same like location. You're going to get stupid crap like this. And of course the media is going to like say, oh, they said the N-word. That lady said a lot of crap out of her mouth that I'm not going to lie. Right. Like if I'd have been there, I'd have slapped the crap out of her.
Yeah. I don't think I could ever go to that extreme with some kids, bro. Like, you serious? What does that say? What does that say about your character?
That one's a little bit touchy, right? You can make some moral arguments. Kids all have their butt whooped by the village, right? We just don't live in that society that finds that acceptable. And if there's going to be laws like the ones that are on screen, right? You definitely can't do that toward children. A jury will crucify you.
Yeah.
So like, I don't know what people are expecting. You can't go out in the street and behave any kind of way that you want to. That's what bothers me. Keep in mind, I hate disorderly conduct. I hate jaywalking. I hate these laws because they're kind of vague, right? Like if you look in the definition, boisterous, right? Like like, can you imagine being boisterous? It basically means you're just jumping around and there's it's so vague and useless. I call it a gateway charge, right? It's a way of basically if you want to hit somebody with it, right? Like you want to search them, you slap that charge on them. Now you can arrest them, right? At least in the state of Minnesota, you can arrest them, you can search them, you can do all kinds of that. It is a gateway charge, right? And people should basically understand these crazy ass laws that we have, just so you can avoid the bullshit that comes with it. And yes, I hate jaywalkers. I really hate jaywalkers. I hate people that cross the road in the middle of the street. Brian, not wrong there at all.
I mean, dude, you're in the wrong country, dude, for that, I guess.
Yeah. Here it's like in the country I'm at currently, right? Like they park in the street, drive on the sidewalks. I hate mopeds too, right? But it just is what it is.
Did you hear about Madison?
No.
Let me see.
Now to breaking news from overnight. Protests in Wisconsin after a deadly police-involved shooting. Pierre Thomas joins us now with what we know. Pierre, good morning.
But good morning. The city of Madison now grappling with issues of race and policing after a black suspect was fatally shot in a...
He's not black. Jesus Christ.
I'm unfamiliar with this case, so I have no idea.
Yeah, but he's not black. His last name is Ruiz. Does it sound black to you?
No, but I also don't like. I hate to say this, right? There are. See, I know some Indians that look pretty damn black to me, right? At least until they talk, right? Maybe that's where we're at in our society, where anybody with like super dark skin, and I do mean like super dark skin, gets accused of being black, right? And anybody that's like light skin might be accused of being a brown person. I have no idea. To me, it's just bullshit most of the time.
It is bullshit, but these people like to race bait, so they're trying to find anything that sticks, so they can have some type of protest or whatever the fuck it is.
Well, now to be fair, right, across the board, we all want to be in special privilege concept, right? Like I just came from a debate. They were talking about like feminism, where a feminist literally was arguing for the concept of, well, women ought to be drafted, right? But her argument was they ought to be like drafted as some cook or some crap, right? I'm sitting here like, you want the benefits, right? But you're not actually going to participate.
Yeah,
and that's where we always are.
Yeah, yep. You better get in it all the way or don't join.
Right. But to be fair, just to be fair to at least my side, right? Like you can actually make some viable arguments for race. It's just usually when you oversimplify it, like, oh, well, this group of people that happen to have a skin tone, that's some trivial bullshit. What we're talking about, the idea is specific cultures or specific things within a culture. Right. Like an example would be, I absolutely love like the concept of family issues, right? I hate the concept of like a nuclear family. I believe it ought to be extended family. But within the white race, right, say most white cultures, right, we don't we're not real big on extended family, right? Whereas most other cultures, it seems to be the case.
Cam, tell that shit to
viable arguments.
Cam, tell that to a Cuban. No, not you, Cam. He's saying that if you're darker than brown, you're black.
Well, to be fair, right? Like, I mean, obviously, like if you're doing like a, let's say you got robbed, right? And the dude had super dark skin, right? I don't know. I don't know the difference. If I see super dark skin, I'm going to say the word black. I don't know if I could actually describe a Haitian. Yeah, I don't know, right? Like maybe it's just a limitation of like what we can identify. I have no idea.
See, and that's where it gets iffy, because when when people will start giving these stats that say, oh, black people are responsible for 52% of murders or whatever, and they only 14% or 13%, right? I have to start thinking about that and be like, wait a minute. You just said right now that you would just classify somebody as black because they dark tone.
Yeah.
So who's to say that the statistics do the same thing?
Well, to be fair, like the federal government actually does this classification system, and it's changed, I think, twice in its history. I know once recently, right? Like the definition of what's white now has actually changed. I have no idea. And it's even worse when stuff starts changing all the time, right? Because what value is the thing if it's constantly changing?
But I mean, did it even have value to begin with? Because this is what I'm saying. It's tainted. Do you understand what I'm saying, right? Like, do you...
Yeah, but see, I would just go against the argument itself, right? Let's hypothetically say that the claim is 100% true, right? You have to ask yourself, like, why is the person using that statistic for what argument? Does it even have a place in that argument? Or are you just trying to bash somebody? And I got a problem with that. right? But this is more fundamental. It's really mostly people just don't really. I think people are starting to look for differences for no other reason other than to fight for the sake of fighting. Does that make sense?
Mm.
I think we all get behind our computers. We get online. We boo ourselves up that we can actually talk shit to other people. And some of us are dumb enough to actually take that crap to the streets. And shout out to people that get their ass whooped over stupid crap. Because ass whooping is, as best as I can tell, ass whoopings don't just fall randomly out of the sky. You earn those. Even with your own stupidity.
You earn those.
Struggle with police. We caution you, this video is difficult to watch. Overnight, protesters marching through downtown Madison following a deadly encounter between police and a black man authorities say was armed with a knife.
No justice, no peace.
Police say officers were called for reports of a man checking vehicle doors. When officers tried to make contact, they say he fled on a bicycle. About a half hour later, officers catching up with him and a physical struggle ensued in a busy intersection. Police say the man produced a fixed blade knife and injured an officer. They say they tased him, but it failed to stop the suspect.
The overall situation is clearly elevated. It becomes incredibly dangerous, and it obviously increases risk for everyone there, for every officer, for the person as well. I think it severely narrows the scope of options and possible outcomes.
Video circulating online, officers appear to be wrestling with the man on the ground before 3 shots are fired. The man, who has not yet been identified, later died at the hospital. What appears to be stoking tensions is clearly a lack of trust. The police were not wearing body.
He got he was shot while he was on the ground with three or four officers standing over the top of him.
Yeah,
Is that
but
what
apparently he took out a knife while he was on the floor and penetrated one of the officers.
Okay, he pulled the knife before or after he got tased?
I think it was after, because it was while he was on the floor.
Oh yeah. Just to be fair, right? If you pull a weapon on an officer, you're almost guaranteed to get shot. It's just like one of these things that play stupid games. Yeah.
You find out.
And just to be fair, you don't need a knife either, right? Like it can be a bottle, it can be a stick. Almost seems like anything can be construed as a weapon these days. So I mean, I'm not police shootings are going to be more and more common as time goes by, right? Because this is just it's a really good political concept.
Mm-hmm.
It's also a very good payout too. If you can win a civil action against a town, yeah, it's a really good payout. But this is the world we live in now. But as a general rule, if you don't want to get shot, don't pull weapons on cops.
Yeah. Shit. I gotta first, before I play this video, I should give me a second. I gotta go into my YouTube and change something.
Yeah, go.
Yeah, this video is a little bit graphic, so I have to give me a second.
The hell was a dude doing? Like, it was just going down the street and grabbing door handles.
He was
checking
basically checking car doors, and I guess somebody had called the police on him.
Yeah, that'll cause attention.
Yeah, and then so instead of letting himself be detained, he decided to run away, I guess, or try. Yeah. They put 3 in him while he was in the floor.
She has a history of criminal convictions.
Oh shit! This is the wrong. Fuck. Wrong clip. Give me a second. Yeah, right here. All right. Discretion advised, man. Yeah, that was like in the face type of shit, dude. Damn, that was execution style, bro. I don't even want to repeat that.
No, he's this definitely gonna go to court. This man lay on his back and
Yeah,
got shot. That's gonna happen.
you could have shot him somewhere else. He shot him in the face. Then not once.
I mean, I'm not gonna lie. I'm an authoritarian, so I'm biased as hell. If you go against the cops, right? Like this is just the result from it.
I mean, that's why I don't struggle with police. I just be like, okay, yes, yep, that's it.
However, I also know if you shoot somebody laying on the ground, right, especially when there's 3 or 4 cops standing over the top of you, that's going to court. You just know it's gonna happen.
It doesn't look good.
They said, I'm sorry, the news anchor said they didn't have body cam footage, or they didn't have body cams.
If they did, it's probably not released yet.
Okay. I thought I heard something about body cams or not body. I don't know if that's true or not, right? I question.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure that they do have it. Pretty sure they do have them, but they're not going to release the film now.
Does not matter.
What else is on your list?
Or what your past is. You should not lose your life as a result of an encounter with law enforcement.
That's the mayor of Madison speaking at a news conference earlier this afternoon. The police chief who was there said the shooting is now being investigated as a homicide. All the officers involved are on administrative leave. That is standard protocol.
Now, cell phone videos of the Madison police shooting are drawing widespread attention.
TMJ4's Mike Biermeister spoke with Chuck Padgett, a former West Allis police chief and a use of force expert, about the actions taken by the officer who killed Corey Ruiz.
While many people have already formed opinions based on cell phone videos of that Madison police shooting, a former West Allis police chief says investigators will focus on what officers reasonably perceived in those rapidly evolving moments.
Chuck Padgett spent decades with the West Allis Police Department before retiring as chief.
Overseeing investigations of anything you can probably imagine.
It's why I asked him to review video showing Madison police attempting to arrest a man now identified as Corey Ruiz. Madison police say Ruiz had this knife and injured an officer during the struggle before an officer opened fire at close range, killing him.
The bottom line, was there an imminent threat to themselves or somebody else? And would a reasonable officer in their position consider it that way?
That's what investigators will now have to determine. Padgett says the close proximity of the shooting stood out to him.
Shooting when the other officers are there, I had a little concern about that. Generally, you don't do that. So that would have to be looked at as well. Was that reasonable or not?
Investigators will also examine the tactics used before deadly force.
When you watch those videos, were there any moments where like different tactics, de-escalation may have been possible?
There's always something that, I mean, because the officers could have backed away and left them alone and then just not leave him alone, but talk to him from a distance and try to negotiate with him. His behavior indicates that it may not have worked very well, but that's an option.
Padgett says pepper spray was another less lethal option. Madison police say a taser was used but failed. Padgett notes why it could have.
Sometimes it can get hung up in the clothing and not go into the skin, so that can keep it from working. Or some people, if they're on any kind of drugs, alcohol, or even mental health conditions, will be more immune to it.
One important thing to note, the Madison Police Department does not have body cameras. The Wisconsin Department of Justice is now leading an independent investigation into the shooting. For TMJ4 News, I'm Mike Biermeister.
So they don't have body cams.
Yeah, now PD is going to get a huge sum of funding for body cams, probably by force now. Hate to say it, right? But the property taxes just went up.
Damn.
Yeah, that was. You're right, Stan. That was my question. So I happen to know. I happen to know within the next year that Madison will be getting some funding for body cams, and they'll be expensive.
Yo, check this out. So this is the Who is this guy? I know he's with the police department, but I don't know if he's the chief or not. But check this out.
Can assume it is by far our greatest commodity. It must be earned continuously, and I think it can be lost in a single afternoon. The thinnest trust in the city right now did not start.
Well, we can shut this down. You can stop talking because we don't want to hear anything you've been saying. You're going to say the same thing you all say every time a black body gets shot down in this city. This is a corrupt city. That's right. Have no fear. The anti-Zionist is here. You understand me? You won't be able to talk today because I'm going to keep talking because I was born to talk my talk and walk my walk too. I told these young people back here on our way here that we have the power, not that badge, not that weapon. We have the power. The city of Madison is corrupt. From the DA to the what's the name of this? The Department of Independent Monitoring. We don't want any of that talk. You've given us this speech with you'll deliver justice. Oh, we've seen the cameras. We've seen it was a knife in this young man's hand. We don't want to hear that today. We didn't want to hear it when they put their neck on George Floyd's neck. We don't their foot on George Floyd's neck, and we don't want to hear it today. What do you have to say about that? No. Oh, you don't get to talk, I said.
I'll step aside.
That's right. Give me this microphone then. Excuse me. That's right. My name is Carlos Dixon. I represent APTAP. All power to all people. Zero power to
God.
capitalists. Zero power to colonialism. What you are doing right now in this city is continuing the disgusting nature of colonialism.
Yo, respectfully, if this was back where my parents are from, he wouldn't have got his ass beat.
He would have. Hey, unfortunately, if this been any other situation, he would have gotten arrested right that moment.
Yeah, but in DR, he would have got hit with batons and everything.
Well, yeah, maybe the back room, right?
His ass up. Not even back room, right there.
Yeah,
smacked him a couple times.
Even as a general rule, right? Like you're not going to take a public speaking event, right, and steamroll the podium.
This is wild.
And ultimately, what the officer should have done was just basically asked everybody, "Do you want to hear this or not?" Right? Show of hands, and just whatever majority was, go for that. If the majority said you don't want to hear it, he should just walked away and have no public service announcement.
It's nuts, man. Let's continue.
That would have
the disgusting nature of imperialism. Look up the definition of imperialism. It's all within the policies, which means when these police officers come down on the street and they decide that they want to take the life of another brown body, there is no oversight for that. That's imperialism, ladies and gentlemen. This man signed up to be an enforcer of imperialism. Is there anybody else want to say anything? It doesn't matter what, okay, the people want to talk. Come up here, the people want to talk. The people want to talk. Come up here. This is our press conference. And I put my lips all over this microphone. Power to the people. No power to Zionists. That's right. Anybody got anything they want to say? Let us know. You got some questions y'all want to ask? Ask us some questions. We're taking questions.
This is embarrassing.
I didn't think so. Turn up your Zionist noses because your entire communications and media department is all about Zionism and colonialism. We will not stand. I am a part of the class that has been oppressed and struggled my entire life. My grandmother struggled. My mother struggled. Their grandmother struggled. Those people struggled. We go back far enough and we can see that there was a white European that colonized us, that stole land, that committed genocide right here on America. And you guys want to host a bourgeoisie revolution. You guys want to run your mouths about how disgusting socialism is. You haven't seen socialism, okay? I am a revolutionary intercommunalist, okay? I believe that there is no separation of the struggle. You see my hand right here? This is how this is fragmentation. All of these struggles, Palestine, Congo, America, Sudan, Venezuela. But when you put that fist together, you get the power of intercommunalism. So I'm on Donald Trump's side, okay? I don't like communism because you guys have rebranded communism.
All right, enough of this guy. Jesus Christ. Oof. Oh man, that guy is high off life. Definitely high off life. Amazing. It's fascinating, dude. Like, bro, I'm so surprised that like the police just let him do that. Like, you
They
know,
did because they're cowards. I hate to say it, but they're cowards.
I mean, preach. Shit, I agree. Back in DR, they would have smacked that dude right across the head and said, "Boy, you crazy? Come on, freedom of speech, bro. Like, really?"
Well, hold up. So freedom of speech basically states that the government can't hinder your speech. I guess in some cases also like can't compel it too, right? What it doesn't say is that the government is obligated to give you a platform, right? Like, so yeah, you can have free speech and publish whatever you want, right? But the government's not obligated to give you a newspaper or like, you know, a YouTube account or something like that. That's not how that works. This was actually a matter of fact. This guy should have been charged with disorderly conduct.
Yep.
They had every legal grounds to do so. I just don't know why. Well, they didn't because they're cowards, right? We're afraid of the people. If it's the case that people are in charge of government events or I'm sorry, any type of political events, you now actually have anarchy. You don't have government. And that's probably what people want, right? Like they want they want to basically they want pure democracy. They want to do what they want to do and mob rule. And I hope they actually get it.
Stanley would love to do the shit if Trump was in the podium. Just like, well, I'm going to speak. Yeah, see how that works.
Yeah, and unfortunately, the officers did allow it. Like I said, they should have slapped some cut. Well, I don't know. Wisconsin is disorderly conduct a criminal charge there? It's maybe not. I know Minnesota was. Actually, look this one up.
Yeah, that's just nuts, dude. Hey, come on.
We are here at the corner of Williamson Street and Baldwin, where Madison Police Department just shot and killed a man. A large crowd is forming, and people are outraged and demanding answers. The video that we saw showed Madison Police Department holding a man down while more officers came in and then shot the man point blank in the head. And this is the same area where Tony Robinson was murdered back in 2015. Madison Police Department, we are tired of the lies and we are tired of this conduct that y'all have been conducive.
People cry too much.
Yeah, I'm not a big fan of animalistic behavior. Not like that, anyways. If people don't want a civilized world, fine, right? I'm all for it. But they're gonna cry when they get an uncivilized world.
It's just amazing, bro. You just let that man. I'm speaking now. Sign is this, sign is that. I'm like, man, shut the hell up. Jesus Christ. Some bullshit. Like, what the fuck? Check this shit out before I get up out of here. This woman, man, for a water bottle, bro.
That go back years.
33-year-old Casetta Burrell was just released from prison, is prohibited from having a gun, and waiting to go to trial for another felony case. When prosecutors say, Bill Miston explains now, she shot a 12-year-old boy over turf selling water bottles.
There's so much stuff going on in this complaint.
33-year-old Casetta Burrell's charged with 22 counts relating to leading police on a high-speed chase with kids in her vehicle after prosecutors say Burrell shot a 12-year-old boy last Friday evening near 60th and Silver Spring.
Here you have what started as a dispute between two groups of children for water bottles selling turf.
Prosecutors say Burrell, her girlfriend, and other children, including Burrell's, drove around the neighborhood looking for the victim. Prosecutors say Burrell shot the boy, shot at his brother, and hit a nearby house with people inside. Prosecutors say flock cameras spotted the suspect vehicle, and when deputies tried to pull it over, Burrell started a nearly 6-mile pursuit at speeds upwards of 80 miles per hour with 4 kids in the vehicle, including her son.
Ms. Burrell had been out of prison for 11 days for her child abuse conviction, where the underlying victim is one of the victims in this case.
She understands the severity of her charges and has mentioned that she will attend any and all court appearances for this case. And she just mentioned to me that on that 17th, where she missed her court appearance, she mentioned that she was in custody.
Burrell was set to go to trial this week in a felony case. Court records say she was in custody on the day of the shooting. It's unclear whose custody she was in and why she was released. But hours later, prosecutors say she shot the boy and later admitted to it on recorded jail calls, calling herself, quote, a hero.
Nobody in the community, nobody in the hood thinks somebody that shoots a 12-year-old kid is a hero. You are not a hero. If you did this, you're a zero.
Burrell's being held on a $100,000 bond. She's due back in court next week. In Milwaukee, Bill Miston, Fox 6 News.
Damn. Over water turfs.
Damn. Used to be lemonade stands. I guess we boiled down to water stands now. Okay.
Yeah.
I'm assuming Miss Auntie that just got out of prison decided she's going to come and defend my. Oh, Jesus Christ! I can't say it. It's just ridiculous.
Yeah, take over her block. She needs her block back. Her water block.
Yeah, this is just typical. There's going to be an argument against recidivism rates again. I'm almost sure of it.
This is fucking hilarious. You can't make this shit up, dude. If you tried, you can't. Like, we need the Boondocks back, man. The Boondocks always made fun of this type of shit.
Oh yeah, damn. Wait. That's not airing anymore.
Nah, dude. They need to bring it back.
They're airing reruns though, right?
Yeah. You can even watch them on YouTube.
Okay.
Yeah, man.
Got a little scared there.
Hilarious. I've heard rumors that HBO was trying to bring it back, but I don't know if that's true. So I don't know.
100,000 bond? It's about right.
Well, for that lady?
Yeah, they're usually about 100. Constitution's basically about what they consider to be unreasonable bond. Obviously, that's subjective, right? But 100,000 usually about right.
What up, Ryan? Yeah. Damn, 100,000 though, but she has to probably get only 10% of that though.
Yeah.
10K. Damn, man. So she was already incarcerated already for probably beating one of her kids, and then now she gets out, and 11 days later, she goes and shoots a 12-year-old.
Well, that might be a misnomer too, right? Like if she just got out like 11 days ago, right? Mm-hmm. Technically, like that whole parole board, different states do it a little bit different, right? But if somebody has you in custody, they could technically have you in a halfway house and they'll call it custody, right? So it might not actually mean anything. Like when you say like custody means you're in this room and can't go somewhere else, or you're in cuffs or something like that, right? But there's also a lot of other stuff that's available. It doesn't necessarily mean that too. So I don't know.
It's crazy though. Like she came out wherever the hell she came out of. And
yeah.
She just said. Crazy ass bull. What up, Ryan? Crazy ass bull, man. Crazy ass bull, man.
I guess the other, whoever the other kids were that was selling water, right? Were they black too?
I'm guessing because they're usually the ones that are selling that water stuff in the street. It's the only ones that I've seen so far. Like when it comes to selling fruits and shit, it's usually like the Central Americans and shit.
All right.
Yeah. I don't know. It's like I seen it's like they all sell something different. You know what I mean?
Damn.
Yeah.
Yeah. No, I
What
usually
what it is like they buy
statistically
the
that would be the case.
they buy the what is it? The fucking pack, right? Breaks 24. They buy that shit for like $5. They sell $1 water, they get 24 back. You understand? So they just made a profit.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Add a bag of ice and it's a cold ice water. Yeah, I get it.
Boom. Mm-hmm.
It's just messed up that you take something that's like what kids are doing. I still
That's
have
what I'm
problems.
saying. It's a fucking full-grown adult woman
Yeah.
talking about you took in my water cooler. Like what? I didn't know this shit was the wire.
It's just like I said, our society don't really like you messing with kids. So, like in regard, almost in any format. So, she's gonna get the book thrown at her.
Mm-hmm.
Even just being 11 days out, yeah, she's definitely gonna get the book thrown at her.
She shot a kid, bro.
Oh, you said 22 charges, right? Now, obviously, that's like from the fleeing and eluding, right? Whatever.
Mm-hmm.
Must have been a long list on there. Was there a list of the charges?
No,
Yeah, I didn't recall hearing exactly what charges. It just said a number.
I mean, dude, reckless driving, endangerment of children. You could just think on it, and I'm pretty sure.
Oh yeah, off the top of my head, could come up with easily a lot of stuff.
Yeah. Pretty sure of it, dude. Like, yo, she's nuts, bro. Like, why are we shooting little kids for? Like, come on, man. See, like she's like probably depending on selling waters and shit to feed them kids and pay her bills, but she can't, because she fucked up her life. So now she got to sell water bottles.
See, maybe I'm an asshole, right? But you fresh out from behind the bars, right? I kind of low-key expect you to act like an animal. I mean, for as long as you've had to be in there, you kind of had to act like an animal. This is why I'm a little weird about parole boards and things like that. Oh, now there might be a potential lawsuit there. You think she was out on parole?
I mean, she had to be.
I mean, I'm thinking so. There's going to be there's a potential lawsuit there. I mean, depending.
What you mean?
So, a parole hearing. There have been several cases of liability, right? So, if you get out on parole and you commit, specific heinous acts, especially if there was a record of anywhere that said that this person, right, ought not be let free on parole. It doesn't take a lot. Like, it's not a real super high bar to get to. But you can potentially sue the state for that. And I'm willing to bet that somebody's going to probably try that. Which makes a really good argument why parole should go away.
You think?
It's not really much of a personal interest in it. It's just, you ever heard the phrase that people get the government they deserve? Like you kind of earn it, right? So think about that. If it's the case that you get out on early release on, let's just say parole, right? And you can also, like if that person commits a crime, let's just say it's going to be murder, right? Like murdering a kid, right? And that person's or the victims are eligible to sue the state for wrongful death, right? Wouldn't that also imply that states might actually do away with the parole system? seem like it would be in the best interest of the state if they want to defend their coffers is to do away with it. So what you'll have most likely, obviously it's going to take more than one civil action, right? But if it's the case that that happens too often, why wouldn't the state do away with the parole system? So now you've got like a couple useless pieces of shit ruin the.
I mean, but do you know the percentage though of the people that are out on parole compared that commit crime again?
I have no clue. If I was to look that up, I'd start with the Bureau of Prisons, or specifically for. Well, I guess it would be 50 of them, right? So there's 50 different states. Start there if I was going to look. Because technically you're still ward of the state, right? You're just at a different status level. So they would have records. I don't know how accurate they'd be, but that's where I'd look if I wanted that number.
Man, Josh, any last words? Thanks for being here, man.
Yeah, my closing thoughts are majority of people are animals. And as such,
yeah, I agree.
And as such, should be treated like animals and put in cages.
I always make the statement. It's like when people get mad, it's like, oh, you called this person a chimp because he chimped out or whatever. I'm like, well, I mean, when he's acting like an animal, can you blame me?
Oh, you're gonna have to explain to me. Apparently, my white privilege doesn't allow me to go into lingo. What exactly does that whole like chimping out? What does that mean? Is that like crashing out?
Yeah.
Why'd they change the term name, or is it just like a new thing?
Because they usually like to say when they have like black people in it. I just say it just to say it if it's anybody.
Okay. Oh, okay. So because the monkey in the black. Okay, maybe that makes sense.
Yeah.
Okay.
Well, all right.
I get it now.
The more you know.
Yeah. I don't know. I've been recently hearing the term, and I keep forgetting to ask what's it supposed to mean. Now I know.
Yeah. So me personally, I just use it for anybody that's acting out of pocket. But when people hear me use it, they go, "Oh, you racist," and it's like, all right, whatever, dude.
Oh, yeah. Well, we're inevitably going to go to a race war. It might be 150 years, but we'll inevitably get there.
Yeah, I think so. I'll be in your side.
Well, yeah, if the people want division, you're going to get it, right? Like if you're actually looking for a fight, you're going to find one. It just is what it is. But again, I think people actually believe it because it's easy, right? Like it's real easy to sit behind a computer screen and talk shit to somebody, right? We mostly don't dare to do it in the streets because we're freaking cowards, right? But here we are. It's kind of ridiculous. But anyways, that's my closing. Should be caged.
Yeah, it should be caged.
I agree with the public speaker, right? Like what was that? Imperialism? Yes. It would be the case that civilized people do dominate uncivilized people. That was a claim from the Roman Empire, the British Empire, and I guess now us. Fine. So be it.
Agreed. All right, my man. I'm out
Anyway,
of here.
Shout out to you, man. Take care, bro.
Peace. Peace to everybody in the chat. Thank you. Hit that like button and subscribe.
Burning bridges is okay. It's okay. It's okay. Yo, baby mama ain't even post a single. Damn, where she at? Yo, baby mama ain't even post a single. Damn, where she at? Yo, baby mama ain't even post a single. Damn, where she at? Yo, baby mama ain't even post a single. Damn, where she at? Yeah, where she at?